Hello everyone. In the third part of transformation of sentences, we have seen that how to convert or how to transform the simple sentences into compound and compound sentences into simple one. And before that, we have studied which sentences are known as simple, compound, or complex. We have studied the basic information regarding these three kinds of sentences. Here we will finish this conversion of simple, compound, and complex sentences. So let's start it. Okay. First, we'll see the conversion of simple to complex sentences, and for that, we have some notes or tips. That is, to change simple into complex, enlarge certain words or phrases into subordinate clause using subordinating conjunctions. So, we have to enlarge certain words or phrases into subordinate. We have to change it into subordinate clause, and how we can change it with the help of subordinating conjunctions. Okay, which are the subordinating conjunctions? Who, when, which, after, before, why, as if, as long as, because, though, although, like. So that kind of conjunctions are known as subordinating conjunctions. Let's see some example. Okay, first is, we heard of her failure. We heard of her failure. Now look at these sentences. In complex sentences, there are two verbs and one is greater than one verb. So it is complex. In simple sentences, there is always one verb is that. So how to find out the another verb, or how we can get the another verb which might be greater or lesser than the main verb? So you just need to convert certain noun or adjective or adverb into verb form. So that's what you have to do. Now look at this sentence. You can even use certain expressions or ing verb having been, like, to create this kind of thing. We heard of her failure. Now one verb is already present here, that is heard. Now look at this word failure. We can frame into verb. Yes, of course, failure is the noun. We can say that fail is the verb, right? So from failure we can convert this failure into fail, and we can transform this simple sentence into complex one. So we heard that. Now two actions, how we can we need two actions. One is principal and one is subordinate. So we heard that. So we heard that. What we heard that she had failed. We heard that she failed, right? So that kind of things that kind of answer we can frame from it. We heard that she had failed. We heard that she had failed. I hope you are getting. From another verb, another word, we are whether it is noun, adjective, or adverb, we frame into verb and then we create the answer. Next, he bought his uncle's library. He bought his uncle's library. Now he bought something. From where he bought something? From his uncle's library. Now library, which library? It belongs to uncle. So we can use adverb clause of place here, because we have this uncle's library. Which library? Uncle's library. Adjectives. Okay, so we can frame it we can frame this phrase out of it. So he bought a library. What he bought? He bought a library which belongs to his uncle. He bought a library which belongs to his uncle. Which belonged to his uncle. Why belonged to? Because it was belonged to. Now it is his property. So he bought a library which belonged to his uncle. He worked hard to pass the examination. He worked hard to pass the examination. So he worked hard. Why he worked hard? To pass the examinations. He worked hard so that he can pass the examination. We can frame like this. He worked hard so that he can or he might pass the examination. We can also say that he worked hard that he might pass the examination. He worked hard that he might pass the examination. So two kind of sentences we can frame. Let's see the answer. He worked hard that he might pass the examination. Two verbs are used here, worked and passed. To pass is infinitive. Pass is here used with infinitive. Okay, so it is not known as non-verb when we talk about simple sentences. Now here we have transformed this verb which is along with this infinitive with the help of modal auxiliary. Okay, let's see the next question. Only Hindus are admitted. Only Hindus are admitted. Now there is only one verb, so we have to think out of the box. Only Hindus are admitted. That means that if someone is not Hindu, then he or she might not be allowed to enter, right? So condition is here. We can see that there is a condition that you have to be Hindu. So we can use if or unless. If negative is there, we can use unless it is positive. So if you are not Hindu, if you are not Hindu, you cannot be admitted. You are not allowed. But allowed is not used, we have to use admitted. If you are not Hindu, you cannot be admitted. Okay, reveal time. Yes, if you are not Hindu, you cannot be admitted. If you are not Hindu, comma, you cannot be admitted. So we have transformed. We have used here if. Here that is used. In the second example, we have used which. In the first, we have used that. These are the subordinating conjunctions. It makes the subordinate clause. We have framed that. Which belonged to his uncle. Which belonged to his uncle. What belongs to his uncle? He bought a library which belonged to his uncle. So here this which belongs to his uncle is a subordinate clause. In the next example, you might find that he worked hard that he might pass the exam. Okay, so here you will also find this. If you are not Hindu, that is also a subordinating conjunction clause. Okay, let's see the next example. In his boyhood, Lincoln did not go to school. In his boyhood, Lincoln did not go to school. So we have to frame this simple into complex. Now, when did Lincoln did not allowed to go to school? In his boyhood. So it is the it gives us time. So simply it is the we can frame the subordinate clause with the help of adverb clause of time, and in time we can frame it when, as soon as, like so, right? So here we can use when Lincoln was a boy. Boyhood, that means when he was a boy. When Lincoln was a boy, he did not go to school. When Lincoln was a boy, he did not go to school. What a lucky man. When Lincoln was a boy, he did not go to school. We all know the reason of his popularity. We all know the reason of his popularity. Now, the reason is given here. That means the reason is given. So we can use why or because, that kind of conjunctions. Okay, let's see which is more suitable. We all know. Now reason is given, so we can say why his popularity. He is. We all know why he is so popular, right? We can say so. We all know why he is so popular. We all know why he is popular. No, it's wrong typed here. Why he is so popular. I'm sorry, I'm not able to write properly here. Okay. On seeing the snake, I ran away. On seeing the snake, I ran away. Now, it is the use of present participle in simple sentence. Now, it is very easy. On seeing the snake, I ran away. When did I run away? When I saw this snake, I ran away. So that is what our final answer could be. When I saw the snake, or we can also use as soon as I saw the snake, I ran away. Or when I saw the snake, I ran away. Both are applicable, both are right. Okay, let's see the answer. Yes, as soon as I saw the snake, I ran away. Okay, the action was immediate, so that is the reason as soon as used instead of when. So you can go for a when also, but as soon as is more preferable, as the action is more immediate and sudden. A liar is seldom trusted. A liar is seldom trusted. I hope you guys remember we did this example in 9th standard as well. A liar. Who is a liar? A person who lies. That is what a liar. So we can use noun phrase here. A person, a noun clause, sorry. A person who tells lies is seldom trusted. A person who tells lies is seldom trusted. Okay, let's yes, that's what the answer. A person who tells lies is seldom trusted. Now it is vice versa, conversion of complex sentences into the simple sentences. Earlier what we have seen, simple from simple into complex. Now totally reversed, complex into simple. When the hunter saw the tiger, he climbed up a tree. It is like that as soon as example, as soon as I saw the snake, I ran away. That kind of thing is there, right? When the hunter saw the tiger, he climbed up a tree. So we can say that on that earlier example, ing form is used. We can also use that. On seeing the tiger, the hunter climbed up a tree. On seeing the tiger, we have to use seeing to use present participle. On seeing the tiger, the hunter is remaining here. The hunter climbed up a tree. Let's see the answer. On seeing the tiger, the hunter climbed up a tree. Although there is inflation, the standard of living has gone up. Although there is inflation, the standard of living has gone up. Now it is the contradictory situation, that is where we use although, that there is inflation but still the standard of living has gone up. So it is the contradictory situation. So we ing, I don't think ing or a present participle is suitable here. Okay, to make simple sentences we can use besides, in spite of as well, right? So in spite of, we can use in spite of to contradict whenever the contradictory situations are there, and from this in spite of we can frame the simple sentences. So we have to do the same thing. Let's see. In spite of, we'll cut this although. In spite of inflation, in spite of the inflation, the standard of living has gone up. It's so easy, na? In spite of the inflation, let's see the answer. Yes, in spite of the inflation, the standard of living has gone up. Okay, wherever you will find contradictory ideas, you can always go for in spite of when it comes to simple sentences, to frame the simple sentences. Okay, let's next. He said that he was innocent. He said that he was innocent. Now which conjunction is used here? That we have to cut this that. Now one thing that we have to keep it in mind. He said he was innocent. He declared he was innocent. Instead of said, we have to use that wherever we use said. So we can say he declared that. Okay, we don't have to use that. He declared he was innocent, or he declared his innocence. Yes, that would be a I'm sorry. Okay, he declared his innocence. Right, he declared his innocence. I think there is a spelling mistake. CE, not T. CE. Next. When the cat is away, the mice will play. When the cat is away, the mice will play. We have to remove this. We have to cut this. When the cat is away, the mice will play. So when will this cat play? When this mouse will play, wherever the cat is away. In the absence of cat, the mouse or the mice will play. Yes, in the absence of cat, we have used here prepositional phrase. We can use here. In the absence of the cat, it is the prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition. So in the absence of the cat, the mice will play. Akbar, who was the greatest of the Mughal emperors, ruled wisely. Akbar, who was the greatest of the Mughal emperor, ruled wisely. Now, Akbar, who was Akbar, the greatest of the Mughal emperors. Now here we can use noun phrase to frame these simple sentences. Akbar, comma, the greatest of the Mughal emperor, ruled wisely. I hope you learned these in standard 8 in synthesis of sentences. The same trick is going to used here. Yes, Akbar, comma, the greatest of Mughal emperors ruled wisely. Otherwise we have studied deeply in standard 9 as well. Anyways, Akbar, the greatest of Mughal emperors, ruled wisely. So don't forget this punctuation, it is very important wherever you are using noun phrase or this kind of subordinating phrase, using subordinating conjunctions. Not every time, but some of these structures needs these kinds of comma. Wherever you find a little pause, you have to put comma. Okay, now we will see this compound into complex sentences. Compound which has 1 is equal to 1 verb, that means both the verb carries the same weightage. In complex, 1 is greater than 1 verb, that means one carry more weightage than the another verb. Okay, let's see some of the example. The doctor must come at once or the patient may die. The doctor must come at once or the patient may die. Now let's find out the symbols of compound sentence. Okay, here we have, that is or. Now we have to cut it, we have to frame into complex sentences using subordinating clause or subordinating conjunctions. Now look at this sentence. The doctor must come at once. Why the doctor must have to come at once? Because if he will not come, then what will happen? This patient may die. So that is the reason that doctor must have to come. Now it is obviously condition is there, so we can go for if. So if the doctor does not come, what will happen? If the doctor does not come at once, the patient may die. Okay, that kind of answer we can give it. Let's see. If the doctor does not come at once, the patient may die. Next example, Gandhiji believed in a non-violence, but some of the followers became violent. Now two contradictory ideas are given. Look at this. Gandhiji believed in non-violence. Some of the followers became violent. So that means though Gandhiji believed in non-violence, some of the followers are there who became violent. So very easy answer it is. We can go for though, which shows the contradictory opposite ideas in a single sentence. So the answer could be though Gandhiji believed in non-violence, yes, but we have to cut but sorry. Though Gandhiji believed in non-violence, comma, some of the followers became violent. Next. Search in his pocket and you will find a watch. Search in his pocket and you will find a watch. So someone is giving instruction to someone, right? That you have to search in his pocket, and if you do so, you will find a watch. So as I said, if you do so, you will find a watch. That means it is a condition that if you won't search, then you will not find. So you have to search. So if you will search in his pocket, if you will search in his pocket, comma, you will find a watch. Simple. Let's see the answer. If you will search his pocket, you will find a watch. Next, few more. Do good to others or you will not be blessed. Or is used here. We have to cut this or. So what is the clauses are there? Do good to others. You should do good to others, so that what will happen? You will not be blessed, or otherwise you will not be blessed. Okay, we can go for that. It is like if you will not do good to others, you will not be blessed. or unless you do good to others, you will not be blessed. So we can use if not or unless works as a negative of if, so you can go for unless you do good to others, unless you do good to others, comma, you will not be blessed. It's like the condition if kind of sentence structure. Yes, unless you do good to others, you will be blessed. Next, he is very rich but he is not contented. Again, it is a contradictory things. Wherever contradictory things are there, you can go for though, although, right? So here, though he is rich or although he is very rich, he is not contented. Although he is very rich, he is not contented. Though being rich, he is not contented. You can use as per your preference. Although he is very rich, he is not contented. Now we'll see the reverse process, that is complex into compound sentence. So here we have some examples. Okay, he failed because he did not work hard. Why he failed? Because he did not work hard. Because is used here, we have to cut it. Now what two things we have to now to frame compound, we have to give the same weightage to the other verb as well. So he failed because, now this is the first sentence, and this is the first clause, and this is the another clause. He failed because, now he failed because, so what happened? So it is the subordinating and this one is the principal. Now this subordinating clause we have to make it as a principal clause. So let's see some of the possibilities. Now he failed. Why he failed? Because he did not work hard. So he did not work hard, so he failed. We can go for so. He did not work hard, so he failed. Or we can also say that he did not work hard, therefore he failed. So or therefore, we can go for both of them. You can use your as per your preference. So or therefore, both of them are correct. So is also the example of conjunctions which are used in the compound sentences, and therefore also. So let's see the answer. He did not work hard, therefore he failed. He did not work hard, so he failed. You can use both of them. Okay, next one. He worked hard so that he might win the prize. It's the similar kind of example is that, but here one thing is that so we have to cut this so that here, because it is the example of complex sentence, we have to frame it into compound. So he worked hard. Why he worked hard? To win the prize. So what was the purpose of his hard work? To win the prize. His aim was to get the prize. So we can say that he aimed at winning the prize, or he decided to winning the prize and worked hard. He aimed at winning the prize, he decided to winning the prize, and he worked hard. Okay, answer, he aimed at winning the prize and worked hard. He is more philosopher than a poet. He is more a philosopher than a poet. Than is used. Okay, he is more philosopher and than a poet. So now he is both. We can't use both. He is both philosopher and a poet. We can't use this both, because he is more philosopher. So the weightage of philosopher is a bit heavy than this poet. So we can say that he is something of a poet, but rather more. He is a poet, but more a philosopher. He is a poet, but more a philosopher. So we can say that he is something kind of a poet. He is something of a poet, but subordinating. Yes, we are making compound. So, but rather more a philosopher. Okay, let's see the answer. He is something of a poet, but rather more a philosopher. Some more examples. If you do not hurry, you will miss the train. Now again condition is used. If is there, we have to cut it. Now two things are that you must do hurry, or else what will happen? You will miss the train. Okay, so wherever this condition or contradictory things are there, you can go for or. So you will miss the train, or sorry, you must do hurry or you will miss the train. So you must hurry or you will miss the train. Let's see the answer. You must hurry or you will miss the train. So wherever this contradictory thing is there, you can go for or as well. Okay, next is that unless you do good to others, you will not be punished. Unless it is your use. Again, it is the contradictory thing, right? Condition is that. So we can use or wherever condition is used, if is used, unless is used, we can go for or. So we can try it. So you do good to others, you will not be punished. You unless or sorry, so what, which are the things that you do good to others or you will be punished. You do good to others or you will be punished. We can also remove you. Do good to others, you will not be punished. I think that sounds a bit suitable more than the earlier one. Let's see. Okay, yes, do goods to others, do good to others or you will be punished. Okay, now apart from this, convert these simple, complex or compound sentences. This kind of questions can be there, that is combine the sentences into simple sentences. Two or more than two sentences might be given, and in the bracket you will find that make it simple, make it complex, make it compound. So in that condition, what you have to do? Now we will not go deeply because now I think you are well aware of that, what, how to frame compound, simple or complex sentences. So we will just go with the one example each, and I think that would be suffice. I think I have talked, we have talked enough of it. So now first thing is that whenever the sentences are there, how to frame a simple sentence. So the 2-3 things are there that if you keep it in your mind, you will get it very you can convert it very easily. That is first by using a noun noun or a phrase in a apposition. For example, Mr. Bose was elected president. He is great scientist. Now two sentences are there. Mr. Bose, who was elected as a president, he is a great scientist. Now in this kind of thing, you can always frame noun or a noun phrase. It's very easy. Now we are talking in both the sentences, we are talking about Mr. Bose. So we can go with the comma. Mr. Bose, a great scientist, the second number, then comma, was elected as a was elected president. Mr. Bose, comma, it is our first, right? Mr. Bose, comma, a great scientist, was elected president. Yes, Mr. Bose, a great scientist, was elected president. So you can always frame this kind of noun phrase wherever you are making these simple sentences. Second use is there by using participle, present participle or past participle. He had finished his work, he went out for a walk. we have seen that how to frame a simple sentence using this participle, so it's very easy. What is written here? That he had finished his work and he went out for a walk. So by finishing his work or having finished his work, now past tense is used, so we can say that having finished his work, having finished his work, he went out for a walk. Having finished his work, he went out for a walk. Yeah, that's it. Let's see some more rules or a technique. By using an absolute phrase, which is it? By using an absolute phrase. Let's see some of the example. The police arrived, the mob dispersed. The police arrived, the mob dispersed. The police having arrived, or the having police arrived, the mob dispersed. Now if I say that having police arrived, the mob dispersed, so then it becomes the earlier rule one, then in that condition it is also right. Or wherever we are making this absolute phrase, so we will go for subject first. The police having arrived, comma, the mob dispersed. So that is what absolute phrase. The police having arrived, the mob dispersed. By using infinitive, that is to, it's he has 6 children, he must provide for them. So we can, it is very easy. He has 6 children. We will cut this until the second verb, and before the second verb we will put 2, and this verb will come into V1 only, because we are putting here 2, that is infinitive. Wherever we are putting infinitives, we will always go for V1. So he has 6 children to provide for them is not necessary. We are talking about 6 children only. So he has 6 children to provide for. Let's see the answer. He has 6 children to provide for. Okay, by using an adverb or an adverbial phrase. By using an adverb or adverbial phrase of time, adverbial phrase of condition, manner, or any kind of thing. The train was very late. Adverb, it always, generally, mostly, and majorly, it ends with ly. That is what adverb. The train was very late. That was unusual. Now this is the main thing. Wherever this adverb or wherever we are using this adverb or adverbial phrase, the one thing just we can you can keep it in your mind that in that kind of sentences 2 things are there, and in one of the sentences are prominent. The train was very late, and this thing was unusual. So it is very easy to frame this adverbial. The train was very late unusually. Or we can also say that the train was unusually very late. We can also put this unusually at the beginning also. We learned this, I hope you learned this chapter earlier. Unusually the train was very late. So we can put adverb at the 3 places, in the middle, in the beginning, middle, or the end, depends on the sentence, or as well, wherever you will find suitable you can put it there. The train was unusually very late. The train was very late unusually. I think the middle one is more suitable. Let's see the answer. The train was unusually very late. So these are the ways in which we can convert these simple sentences into we can combine these sentences into to frame this simple sentence only. Okay. Okay, thank you very much.